close your eyes and let your breathing slow. Softly now, gentler, as though the night itself were breathing with you. Above you stretches a sky without end, deep, silent, ancient beyond memory. For thousands of years, people have lifted their eyes into this darkness and found waiting there a sign, 4 bright stars and 1 faint hidden light, quietly glowing in perfect stillness, the Southern Cross, a constellation carried through oceans, through mountains, through firelit nights and whispered legends. And tonight, its stories begin again. Far out across the endless Pacific, where Polynesian navigators once crossed vast oceans, guided only by wind, wave, and starlight. This legend was born beneath these same stars. The ocean was endless. Dark water rose and fell beneath Tyro's small wooden boat, black as ink beneath the storm-covered sky. The rope in his hands was wet with salt. The wind pressed cold against his face. Above him, no stars, only heavy clouds closing the heavens. Without stars there was no direction. Without direction, only drifting. For 3 nights he wandered beneath the storm. The sea groaned around him. The waves struck wood in slow, hollow rhythms. And by the 3rd night, even the sound of water felt strange. Then, through exhaustion, through fear, he remembered his teacher's voice, old and calm, steady as stone. Do not listen only with your eyes, listen with memory. So Tyro closed his eyes, and in darkness he searched the sky inside his mind, the old star paths, the familiar roads of light. Then slowly the clouds began to loosen. A narrow seam of darkness opened overhead. And through that silent opening, 1 star appeared, then another, and another, until all 4 stars of the Southern Cross shone above the restless sea. They glowed like lanterns suspended in the night, steady, patient, as though they had been waiting for him all along. Their pale light touched the moving water, and for the first time in days, Tyro no longer felt lost. The long arm points south, he whispered. Night after night the cross returned, sometimes dim, sometimes bright, but always there. Until one morning, birds circled above him. The wind softened, mist lifted from the sea, and land appeared on the horizon. Tyro raised his eyes once more toward the stars and said softly, You are not only light, you are the path. And above him, the Southern Cross remained, quiet, faithful, endless, far beyond the quieting ocean. In the red earthlands of ancient Australia, Aboriginal elders looked upward beneath those same stars and told a different story. One night, the sacred fire went out. At first, no one spoke. Silence spread through the camp like frost. Then came the cold, slowly creeping into earth, into branches, into breath itself. Without the sacred fire, there was no warmth. No stories, no safety. The elder stepped forward and lifted his eyes to the sky. For a long while he said nothing. Then quietly, "It has not vanished. It has gone above." No one moved, no one dared, except Waru. Without speaking, he rose and walked into darkness, past sleeping trees, across cold stone earth, until he reached the place where sky and earth seemed to meet. There, he stepped upward and found the great fire burning above him, vast, living, without end, too immense to carry home. So Waru reached into flame and took only 4 burning embers and 1 small spark. The heat burned deep into his hands, but he did not let go. Then gently, he opened his hands into the sky. The embers rose upward, higher, higher still, until they became stars, 4 bright stars, and 1 faint hidden spark, forever burning above the world. When Waru returned, the sacred fire burned once more among his people, and above them it burned still. And the elder said, "Now we will never again be left in darkness." And while the sacred embers still glowed above, far across the high mountains of the Andes, the Quechua people watched those same stars in silence. High in the Andes, where thin air drifts over sleeping stone, Yara sat beneath the night sky, as he always did. His llamas rested beside him. The mountain wind moved softly over the rocks, like breath across dreaming earth. A young boy approached him and asked, "Why do you watch it every night?" Yara answered, "Because it speaks." The boy looked upward, "But it is silent." Yara smiled. "Watch longer." So they sat together in stillness, watching, and slowly. The boy noticed the Southern Cross was tilted. Because time does not stand still, but it does not leave either. It walks beside you. And as the cross turns slowly above stone and mountain, its light traveled onward, across the moonlit plains of southern Africa. The Southern Cross was tilted, where another legend was waiting, across golden grasslands, where moonlight moved like silver water. There lived a lion named Kifo. He was unlike all others. He did not hunt. He did not roar. He watched, still, silent, always watching. The elders said Kifo guarded the boundary between worlds. One evening a child asked, "Why does he do nothing?" The elder answered, "Because he keeps balance." How? By not interfering. Then one night, Kifo vanished. No sound, no tracks, only silence. And that same night, 4 bright stars appeared overhead. sharp as claw marks in the sky, and beside them, one faint star, soft as breath. The elder lifted his eyes and whispered, "Now he is there, watching everything." And ever since, the Southern Cross has been the lion's mark, silent, steady, always above. And now, all these stories become one, a path, a fire, time, a watcher. 4 bright stars, and one quiet, hidden light, a reminder that even the smallest light still matters. Take a slow breath in and let it go. Feel the night around you growing softer now. The stars above remain unchanged, quiet, faithful, still. Sleep now, beneath this timeless sky, where old stories drift into dreams and everything is in its place.